Hey, did you know it's a great day to wear a watch?
I've got $20, $30 watches, so it's not that I have thousands of dollars worth of watches. I don't. But my point is now that I would much rather rather than keep all these watches that get sent to me for free, I'd much rather give them away, make somebody else happy, and then save up for the special things that I want.
Yeah.
I think one of the very few watches I got in. It's funny. I took them out of my cabinet and dumped them all here, in case you ask me questions.
In case yeah. Hey, you know it.
But one of the very few watches I got in. Do I call you David or Dave?
It don't matter. Dave's good.
Okay. One of the very few watches.
It's less formal.
I like Dave. My dad's called Dave.
Okay.
One of the very few watches I got in, Dave, that he said, look, you can keep it or give it away. And I just couldn't bring myself to give it away because I loved it so much, was that one.
Nice. The Mass.
Right?
The Matthews and Son.
Yeah, and I know Matthew has sent these. He was one of the coolest guys. I messaged him. I just said, and he's doing it with everybody. I just messaged him. I said, I'd love to review your watch. Could I get one for review? And he's just like, yeah, I'll send you one. You can keep it or give it away, whatever you want to do with it. And I was so
cool.
I mean, I was impressed by the color and the shape on these. But then when I got it, I was so impressed with the beauty of the watch, the color, the build. I just couldn't give it away because I just love this watch too much.
I think everyone who has gotten that has kept it for a good reason. I honestly like the thing with Matthew and Sons, his company, when I got to meet him through Average Joe when we did our live stream, and hearing the story behind it and meeting him as a person was just so cool that I'm like, I want to be like, hey, send me a watch, but like not to get one for free, but because it's like, I love the story behind it. It's part of why with these micro brands, when you meet the owners, when you start talking to them and realizing with the company and the involvement, you're like, guys, I know Pagani design is a great value. I know these other cheaper options out there, but when you put your money to these micro brands, not all of them, there's a few that are, I thought it's not all golden sunshine and rainbows, but
I think that's what I meant when I said, watch out Microbrands, because Pagani makes this watch NH35 ceramic bezel for $100.
Sure.
What I actually meant was the Microbrands where it feels to me like they've made no effort. They've just gone and got a watch, they put their label on it, they put it in a crappy cardboard box, and then they expect it to sell for 3 times the price. Though this is not even in the same league. Yeah. Like this Microbrand is not even in the same league. This is, what was it, 400 or 500 Australian dollars or something?
Yeah. Well, and his son, Tate, designing, like working in the design, it's on a level.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not, this is a beautiful Microbrand watch worth every penny. This is not a Pagani.
Yeah.
It's not even close. This is a beautiful, beautiful watch. So, and I feel that way about the, some people don't like me mentioning this name, but the Stalingrad for other reasons. But I feel that way about Stalingrad watches. I mean, I was part of the watch tour. Madrox set me up with a watch tour for Stalingrad, and they have 5 watches. I got 4 of them. And I'm the last one. I've had them here for a year. I keep emailing them saying, "Do you want these back?" And they're just like, "Hold on to them for now." They sent me their 5th one, and I gave it away because I asked for it.
Yeah.
But the others, I've still got them here. But these watches, I mean, these are like
California dial too. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, Cali dial. The Kursk. It's got the cushion case. I mean, then here's I put it on this strap actually.
Hey, good combo.
Strapsco.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then here's another one. This has got a Mecha Quartz in it. That was the first time I'd ever seen one. I actually thought it was an automatic when I took it out of the box. And where's the other one? Here. I mean, these are unusual.
Check that out. Yeah.
And the build quality on these things is amazing. So to me, this is a Microbrand that I'm into. I mean, I still don't put these in my case because I still don't know if they're mine or not. But a lot of them that are just like, if I'm going to buy a Yachtmaster homage or a sub homage, why would I not just buy a Pagani? It makes no sense. Like, give me something that's unusual and different and unique. Don't give me something that literally looks like you made no effort whatsoever, and just stuck your name on it.
Yeah, I like to sell. I bought two of them. I bought two to sell watches back to back. The Explorer homage and then the Submariner homage. And
are they the ones from AliExpress?
No. So to sell, I don't know if I don't think you can get them on AliExpress. I think you either have to order directly from their site or you can get them from a third party, or it's like a European site, but they're like $300 US. Right. They're pretty pricey, and I bought both of mine used through eBay, one from Canada, one here in the US, and for much less. And granted, they're not mint condition, but none of my watches stay mint for the most part, right? So yeah, I just, for me, like, that extra money, you're getting BGW9 Lume, you're getting a Miyota 9000 series movement. It's a true, like, the difference that I like about the Tissell Explorer is there's no ghost date function. It is just a no date movement, and it's right. Just more purist, I guess, right? So, but it's still
I agree with you. You always feel like you're missing out on something when you pull that crown out. Yeah. And it's got that extra click, and you're like, but there's nothing there. It's like it's just a cheap way out of doing it. Yeah. I can tell you this right now, though. I mean, the most expensive watch I've been sent for review is this one. This one from Ocean Crawler, and I can tell you this right now. I haven't even dug into the specs yet. I haven't even. I mean, it's a Solida Swiss movement. I haven't even dug into anything about it, but just from the second I saw the box and opened the box, maybe I'm biased because I've been wanting to get an Ocean Crawler for so long. It felt like an achievement. It felt like I run a marathon, and I finally got one in.
But that happens with real people with watches they have been saving for. So
absolutely,
there's a very real experience there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I knew from the get-go I didn't get to keep it. But when you look, if I'd have spent, I think it's $9.99, right? So if I'd have spent $9.99 US on this watch, and I got what I've just got, I would have been thrilled, because I'm always a big exponent for great packaging. Spend an extra. People think the difference between cardboard and wooden is $20. It's not. It's like peanuts in China where they get these boxes made, right? Yeah. But this one, to me, if I'm gonna have a watch like that, I want to display it in the case when I'm not wearing it, you know. And so this, I haven't even dug into it. The first time I saw the lume on this, I was like, okay, this to me feels like different level to anything I've reviewed before, and it feels to me like I need to pay a bit more attention to it.
Yeah. To
get it right, because plus I've got to send it back. So the longer I pay attention to it, the longer I get to keep it and wear it for a bit, right? But this is now next level, and I see that, and it's just different. It's just a different lead.
It is. This is what I wish could be a thing. I wish that Microbrands, not everyone wants to become a YouTube channel just to get watches for free to try out, right? But I wish that Microbrands had a way, like a US tour of people that were interested in the watch, and you get
where everybody goes on it,
get it for a week,
keep it, and then
bang it up. Okay, whatever. Like, and and knowing at the end of the trip, the journey, this watch is probably gonna, not be doing too well, but at least give people the experience, because I feel like that's one of the really cool things about being a YouTuber, is that you get to experience some of these watches that I may not necessarily buy myself, but right. I get to wear it, enjoy it for a little bit, and share that right. with the viewers, But I wish that it could be more than that.
I mean, those are some of the best weekends, aren't they? When you've got a new watch and you get to wear it for the weekend.
Right.
But I think that's what Mad Rock did. Mad Rock reached out, because and maybe that's what somebody needs to do, whether it be you or me or Average Joe, whoever it is. I know that if I send a message to a company, they will email back and either say, we don't need any more reviewers. Yes, we'll send you one and you can have one for free. Or they'll say, actually, we've got one out on a watch tour right now. We'll get it sent to you as well.
Yeah.
Right. When Mad Rock got me involved, I think he was the one who made all those connections. And I think a lot of companies would much rather, might not get back to you if you're one guy, but if somebody sends an email and says, look, I've got these 5 guys in tow, I can get it all set up, then it's kind of worth it to them. Yeah.
It is. And they do that. I'm part of a tour kind of group here in the US, and the same thing. It gets bounced around. And the issue that some reviewers may have is that you pay the shipping to the next guy. That's the catch. Is that
I haven't yet.
Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah. So like when I get a watch, not all the time, but some of these watches coming through the tour, the guy before me ships it to me, and then I'm paying to ship it. So he paid to ship it to me. I paid to ship it to the next one.
All the ones I've had so far, they pay the ship. I just say it up front. I'll be like, I'll even if it's just me, they'll be like, do you charge for the review? I'll say no. The way I put it is this, and I'll say this because if anybody wants to do this and use it on the channels, I find it works really well for me. So if I reach out to a company, right? So one or two things will happen, as it does for you. Either I reach out to a company cold, or you wake up, you get one of those great mornings where you wake up and there's an email, we'd love you to review our watch, and you feel really special, right? Yeah. So if I reach out cold, I always send an email and I just say, hey, my name's Matt from Beer and Watches. This is my channel. I've reviewed for lots of microbrands and I'll list a few. And then I say, I can offer you 3 options. You can send me the watch for review. I'll review it and then send it back. You pay shipping both ways. Okay. Right. And I preface that by saying, first of all, I'm not here to get a free watch. I have a lot of watches, just so you know. Right. Yeah. Fact of the matter is, I would like the watch, whether it's to give away or whatever. I'd still like to keep the watch. Yeah. So I'll always say, you can either send me the watch and I send it back, in which case you'll get an unboxing video and you'll get a review video, right? And if you give me a discount code for my subscribers, it will help push traffic to you and your social medias and stuff. Yeah. And then I say, if you want to give me the watch, then I'd love to have the watch from my collection. You get an unboxing video and that video. Then I say, if you want to give me the watch to give away, you get 3 videos. You'll get an unboxing video, you'll get a review video, and then you'll get the giveaway video, right? And it's going to give more traction to you. If you give me a discount code for my subscribers, it gives more traction to you. And I say to them, look, I'll be honest, I'd rather keep the watch but give it away. And I actually find that a lot of people, watch companies, they won't agree to let me keep it, but they will agree to let me give it away. Yeah. Because they like the vibe, they like what that's about, right? Yeah. It's not about some guy wanting to get a free watch. It's about giving back to the community. And so that I find works really well for me. And that's why I give away so many, because I really don't. It's not that I don't care. Of course I care. I'm a watch collector, but I really don't. It's not about me. It's about me having a channel that succeeds. But apart from that, it's not about me having watches. It's about me being able to give back to people that are good to me by subscribing, by following. That's what the idea behind the subscriber SOTC was. It was about giving people a vehicle and a platform to be able to show their collections and talk to people about them. Because nobody loves it. No watch collector loves anything more than talking to people about his watches. And if you're like me, Dave, I go to my wife and I'll say, "Oh, I got this new watch in today, and it's got an NH35 in it, but it's got this." And she's like, "I don't care. I'm not interested." Right? Yeah, I feel you, man. Yeah. So that's
what makes this such a cool experience, right? Like chatting with other YouTubers, doing the live chats are really fun because you can get the feedback from the community and it's happening right then and right there. But talking watches, it's the thing I learned about the giveaways. I wish there was an easier way to do giveaways worldwide, and that's what I did a giveaway.
All my giveaways are worldwide.
Do you? How much? What's the most you paid? No, what's the most you paid in shipping?
Oh yeah, I've eaten it. Like I've
Like
paid
$100.
no, probably like $50, $60.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's because I didn't realize that was a thing. When I first started doing giveaways, it never occurred to me that, I could just make this in the US or North America. And I would put out a giveaway, and I'd get lots of messages from people, especially in India, Philippines, like some of my subscribers. And they'd say, well, is this worldwide? And I'd message back and I'd be like, what do you mean is it worldwide? Of course it's worldwide. It's for anybody. So I've, like, if you go back, I think I've given away, I don't know, 10 watches or something.
Yeah, quite a few.
And I always eat it because I've had 3 or 4
Kudos
people.
to you, man.
Yeah, but it's, some of the nicest things for me, I never engineer it, ever. It's always as you see it. But it's a nice surprise to me when I go, oh, blah, 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 one. And then I look up I contact them, they contact me back, and they're in Canada.
Yeah.
Or they're in the US, and it's like, oh my God, this is going to cost me peanuts to ship,
Yeah.
But I've had 3 or 4 in the Philippines and stuff that have won, and it's cost me $50 or more to ship the watch.
Yeah. And that was always my biggest hesitation doing giveaways. So what I was doing initially before 1,000 subs was I would give away just PayPal, just cash. So I'd give an option. You can have the watch, or you can have cash. You can have the watch winder, or you can have cash. You can have, this other giveaway item, or you can get cash. And almost
Good
all
idea.
of them, actually all of them did PayPal cash, right? Because it automatically converts it. It's no big deal. Yeah. And I got burned once. So this was great. I picked a winner. I think it was my $50. It wasn't a huge loss. It was like $50. And I picked the winner, and I was like, hey, email me. My contact info's in the About Me section. I got an email. This is my own stupid fault for not doing my due diligence. And they sent an email. It was matched up with the YouTube name. And they're like, hey, man, thanks so much. I'm so excited. I said, yeah, what's your PayPal? And they sent it. And I wired them the $50. And then it was maybe 2-3 weeks later, and I get another email from this person that's like, hey, I never heard from you about the giveaway. And I'm like,
oh, it went somebody who wasn't the guy.
Someone swooped in like an owl in the night and took that $50. And I said,
I've been worried about that because I always say, send me so I'm very particular how I get in contact with people. I
got a system now because of that.
Yeah. Isn't it a sad world that people do that?
It is. And I thought about it, but I'm like, thank God I'm blessed in a position to have been like, that sucks, stupid, slap myself in the face, but to still be able to send okay, and you still get your $50 because that's what is the right
unless it was the same guy.
He just doubled, man. I
never spoke to you before.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, so he could have pulled a Ocean's 11 on me or something, but it's one of those things that it's $50. I'm able to give it away $100. I did $100 giveaway, and that's really cool to be able to do. But now with these giveaways, I want them to be worldwide. And with Gallant being so cool about handling the logistics and just shipping it. So
if you do a Gallant giveaway, they'll ship it anywhere in the world.
Absolutely.
They do it.
Yep.
That's great.
And I told him that. I said, look, I want to do giveaways, but would you guys handle it? And I just basically get you in contact with the person. There's a lot of legal stuff too behind it, that you have to obviously not sell their contact info or do any of this, right? So you have all these.
So if you do that, then do you have to have 2 watches? Do you get to keep the watch sent for review and then they have to send another watch?
So it's at a point now where Gallant is doing the giveaway, and I've already reviewed their watches. So the winner it's just a straight up giveaway. The winner tells Gallant which watch they want. Gallant ships it to them. My hands are out of it, right?
Right.
But I will say, out of all of the Gallant watches that I have received, I only have one left. I've given all the others away, gifted them, whatever it may be. And it's actually my wristwatch check. So there you go. This is the Panda. This is the one I kept, the Mecha Quartz.
Can you move that a bit closer? Because it's the green screen is, there you
terrible.
go.
There we go.
It's nice. Yeah, it's nice.
Mecha,
it's a Mecha Quartz.
Well, it's the 3 ticks per. I don't know because Mecha Quartz technically is for chronographs, I guess, but it's got that movement, the Seiko movement that ticks 3, however many hertz. Great watch, man.
Yeah. It's yeah, yeah, it's a weird game, and YouTube is a weird game, and you know, I feel very fortunate to have, as you know, you've got your loyal subscribers, I've got my loyal subscribers, and those subscribers go to other channels, and that's great. But one of the biggest key factors is I've got to get back to a bunch of people, because one of the biggest key factors is getting back to everybody, because that's how it's going to grow, and that's how people will stay with you, because
challenge.
But it's also about really caring about what people have to say, and really building up that sense of community, right? And I don't know how difficult that's going to be if I'm lucky enough that it gets to 5,000 or 10,000 or 20,000. I'm you know. How can you reply to 800 comments? You just can't.
I know it, and this is what I saw with Jody. Was it Jody or Dave? One of them on Instagram, or it straight up says like, I can't reply to your emails.
Yeah.
And so like I get that, because they're getting bombarded about just crazy stuff all the time. I did learn a hard lesson though.
Oh yeah. Well, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So no. Yeah. This was a tough lesson I had to learn. Was back in October, I believe. A subscriber saw a video I did with Wells, one of my good buddies, and we went over his whole collection, and had not reviewed any, I think it was Citizen watches, any Vostok. There were a few brands, and this guy had sent me an email. Was like, hey, I'd love to send you some watches for my collection. If you want to pay shipping, like, I'd be happy. I was like, yeah, man, definitely. I'm down. I got a lot of content backed up. Let me get back to you. And I just completely got sidetracked, and I got this email from this subscriber, and he straight up was like, hey, are you still interested in doing this or not? And I'm like, oh shoot, man. And I replied, I'm like, hey, I'm so sorry, I got tied up. Just, when brands send me stuff, it kind of gets pushed up to the front of the line because I'm on a time limit. Anyways, if you're still interested, like, I'd love to, pick a few of your watches. You want to send them in, and we'll do a collab. And he never replied to me, and I understand, but it was just a hard thing to kind of understand that I lost this subscriber, right? He probably unsubbed. He's probably not watching me anymore. Like, it left a bad taste in his mouth. And so I have to
listen, it's hard. And that's if we're lucky enough to grow big enough that ever becomes an issue, because it's not an issue right now. But if we're lucky enough to ever grow big enough that becomes an issue, you have to figure out where the happy medium is. I know that a lot of channels will do these discourse things where they'll offer like a membership, and if you pay $5 a month or whatever, they'll mention you in their videos and stuff. And these people, I don't think they do it necessarily as a way to just make money. I can understand where they're coming from now. They do it to kind of filter it out, right? Yeah. Because it's if you're going to have 100, even at what we get now, even when I've probably got 20 comments I've got to get back to right now from yesterday.
Right.
But even 20, like, I don't just put thumbs up, thanks. I will write a whole like
hey, you're
thing,
being real.
Well, I'm being real. I'm addressing what they're asking or what they want to talk about, because I'm interested. But that might take me sometimes to do 20 might take me, an hour or more.
Exactly.
Like, so. And I'm not knocking it. I love it. I love it. But
it's just part of it. It's a tough balance. The whole thing, the editing, the time spent recording, working with companies, working with other channels, your subs, like it is a crazy. I
mean, it's obviously working for you, because look at your place. I mean,
you see this?
You've got a Juliet balcony up there, concrete walls, like floor to ceiling, skyscraper glass windows. Look at that.
So if you haven't joined my $5 Discord, this is where the money is going. Yeah,
this is where the money's going. The Discord, even the nice lamps and it's weird how I approach YouTube, thinking what it was about, and where I'm at now, a year in. Now it almost becomes part of your life, but not. I think you reach a stage where you suddenly get it. It's not part of your life because it has to be, or it's about money. Because trust me, there's not yet. Anyways, there's no money.
Yeah, it ain't there.
But it's a part of your life because it just becomes like breathing, and that's where it is for me. It's like 3 videos a week is about 30, 40 hours a week, right? of planning, researching, filming, editing, doing the thumbnail, putting it up, answering the comments, doing the social media shout outs for it, all that. It's a lot of work. And to do 30, 40 hours a week for like maybe $20 right now, if you're lucky, is no viable proposition for making money. But it becomes like breathing, and I can't imagine not doing it, even if I made enough money to survive on it, which I don't. But even if I did, now it would still be a part of my life, because it just becomes a thing that you can't imagine not doing, because it's bigger than me. It's my subscribers, and it's my followers, and it's the next person who reaches out to me, who loves my channel, because somebody reached out and said, I love your channel because I can't remember his name, but I love watches, but I also drink beer, and I found your channel. It's like, oh my God, a kindred spirit,
Yeah.
So you made a connection there. So then it's not about you anymore. It's about it's about everybody else but me,
And the journey may not go on forever, right? Like with YouTube, like nothing's guaranteed, like that you're gonna reach 1 million subs someday, right? But I feel like as you grow and you learn more and you get these other skills, editing, being on camera, videography, photography, it opens up other doors. And I experienced this with I did a review for a brand, and I got an email out of nowhere, and this lady was like, hey, my friend has a company, they saw your review, and they want to like hire you to do a commercial for them. And I'm like, okay, what do you want? Like a video of me setting it up, or like using what, tell me more? And they were like, never mind. And I'm like, this isn't gonna work, right? But the fact that they expressed interest, and I have a company. I was gonna say, this is a guy that he's a fishing charter in the town, and he saw my stuff and he's like, hey, can you do a commercial? And I'm like, you know what? Let me give you a free sample of my quality of what I can do, and then let me know. And so he's like, I'd love to have you come on, record. And I'm like, well, you need releases from your clients to be on video and all this other stuff. But like, pay me. Like, this guy wants to pay me to do that.
He's gonna listen, it's gonna happen, because the thing is that like you said, you learn as you go along and you get better at it. So you start to get more confident on camera. They become more, you develop a personality, and that is ultimately what your subscribers are tuning in for, becomes your personality as well as your honesty in your reviews. But then people start reaching out to you because maybe they want somebody who works for the company that's a good salesman, or maybe they want somebody to advertise their brand, or you don't know where you don't know who's watching your videos. I know a guy, I've had no work really. I've done a couple of Zoom shows, but in September, I actually flew out to New York and I filmed a TV show for History Channel, right? Okay. Now that side of stuff comes a lot for me, because being an escape artist, I've been seen on a lot of big shows like Britain's Got Talent and all these things.
I've seen that,
Yeah, so that kind of stuff comes into me. So with this, it was like they were looking for a specialist in the escape field for this particular episode. And it's a new show. I can't say what it is right now, but the host of the show had never done a TV show, but he got a YouTube channel, and they found him and loved his personality and loved his, and he was signed up for an 8-part or 12-part series for this new show.
There you go.
Right? Yeah. And that all came from just having his YouTube videos. Yeah. So absolutely, man. You never know. You never know.
And you know what? If there was one takeaway, because I know we're hitting probably about an hour and a half or whatever, but like there's one, which is great. And I think we should do a part 2. So 2 things. Okay. If you are enjoying this video, watching it, and you have questions because we really haven't talked much watches, but more YouTube and the whole behind the scenes, drop a comment down below and we'll do a part 2. I'd love to do that. But I think the takeaway that I would want viewers to get from this is, don't give up. Like, if you are starting a channel, it's slow. Expect it, but you will have, and reach out to people, right? Network, because you'll have channels like myself, Matt, others who are going to do, at the very least, do a shout out or a collab, and at the very best, like hey, go help out this person, lift them up, give you a pat on the back, because all that stuff is just to get you through the hardest of like the I guess the steepest part of your climb. And then from there, it's just discovering where you want to go.
It's really, you know, it's funny because I've got it tattooed there on my hand, what you just said.
Yeah.
And there's a big story behind why I've got that there. It was one of the most adverse moments in my life. And I needed something visually to help me get over that hump.
Yep.
And that's why I got that done. But, you know, I subscribe, anybody that comes to my channel that says they've got a watch channel or whatever, I subscribe to them all. I subscribe to every single one. Yep. Because it's again, it's not about you, it's about everybody else. It's about being a community, and it's about helping each other reach our goals. There's nothing I want more or makes me happier than when I see like Russell at Mad Watch Collector, or you, or Average Joe, when I see you putting out a video and it's got a lot of views, or and it's not a jealousy thing. It's a pride thing. It's that I know this group of people that I never met in my life before. Yeah. But I'm cheering them on because
it's a kudos.
Dude, there's nothing I would love more than this close group of people that I know, and I hope it gets bigger. But this close group of watch collaborators that I know, and this is our first time chatting on camera,
right?
But there's nothing I would love more 2 years from now, 3 years from now, for us all to have 40,000, 50,000, 60,000 subscribers, and be able to like meet up for a beer and just go, hey guys, you remember when you know, and help the next group, because it's not about, you know, it's just about growing and community. And when I first started YouTube, I read that a lot. Oh, the best way to get stuff is to be a community and talk to other creators and stuff. And I thought, well, yeah, but how does that work? But it really does. Yeah, it really does. And we're all coming from the same point.
And not everyone's on the same boat. Like it's not all sugar coated, because I have come across some bigger, and obviously I'm not going to name names, but I came across one instance, and I'll just be vague about it. But basically the person was like, hey, I'm here to help out. If you need anything, let me know. And then someone took them up on their offer, like, and was like, hey, can you watch this video I made? Like, give me some pointers. And they were like, I don't really have time to like watch stuff. Like, I'm out. And I was thinking like, but you just offered help. And then like, so what was the point? Like, you know, and obviously like, to me, it kind of, I had to bite my lip to not say anything, but I'm like, you know, if I offer someone some help or advice, like, yes, it's going to take me time. It's going to, you know, I'm going to have to put the work in, actually watch their video. It's cool. But if I didn't want to do it, I wouldn't have put it out there, right? Like,
you got 100%. It's easy to just say it because we all want to feel good about saying it, right?
Virtue signal, a little pat on the back.
Yeah. But then it's following up on that, right? It's like you and I chatting today. You know, you've been busy, I'm busy. We're trying to do our things and then doing a chat. It's like, but if you're gonna do it, for somebody, then you do it, right? But I can understand. Hey, I'm not even in the same league as these channels that have got 100,000 subscribers. I can't even imagine what their days are like. Yeah, you know what I mean? So I can imagine them sitting down and trying to watch a video. But don't make that offer. Like, don't put it out there if you really can't follow through on it. There's nothing wrong with saying no if you
can say no. Yeah, that's my thing. Like, I'll be like, hey, sorry, I can't. I'm busy. Or you know what? Like, give me a week. Yeah. And again, you're never gonna please everyone, and you just gotta do the most you can do. And without your
the worst times on YouTube is when you get. For me, it's not the thumbs down because no, and I'm fortunate. I don't seem to have that many, so that's good. But then again, I only get like 45 comments on a video, right? We're not talking hundreds. But for me, it's when people chime in and they just hate what you do, or and I think a lot of them are trolls. They're just doing it because they just want to mess with you, you know. And that is because you want to try and please everybody. You can't, but you really want, genuinely, not for yourself, but you want people to enjoy your content. You hate thinking that you've led somebody in the wrong way or down the garden path, or you've done somebody wrong or whatever. You hate it.
But you
right?
gotta make light of it. Like I'm not that serious. I will not stress out over any comment. Filippo Loretti video, I got ripped, and I just laughed because none of them were my subs. None of them had loyalty to me, so I didn't care. But it was like this one guy put a comment the other night, and I was telling my wife, like, I was like, look at this, and it was a watch review I was doing. The guy commented like, "Oh my God, just keep your hands still while you review the watch. You're shaking it the whole time you're talking." And I remember the video, and I'm like, this guy's like spot on. And I commented back. I loved his comment. I put a little thumbs up, and I said, look, I'm so sorry. You're right. Like, I'm really trying to get better about not doing that. I was like, instead, I'm over here oblivious that there's all these pissed off people watching this review where it looks like I'm reviewing a watch in a 7.0 earthquake, like it's just
right. But then he probably, if he probably got back to you and then you turned it around, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, like I think he thumbs up. I'm guessing it was him that thumbs up it, but it's like, dude, like I get your feed. Thanks for the feedback. Like, I'm not gonna redo that video, but like I'm trying to get better. But like, it's not that serious.
I always do that too. I do get comments like that, and I'll put a positive spin on it, and suddenly they'll become positive, or they might even be a subscriber. I had one guy come to me and he's like, "Dude, you talk way too fast." And then somebody else posted on one of my videos, and they're like, he actually starts the watch review at 4 minutes and 35 seconds, right? Because I've waffled on for the first 4 minutes. Right, and it's like, okay, I suppose if I was looking for a watch review and I clicked on it and there's 4.5 minutes of talking first, I might feel the same as you. I get it. Like, but we need that feedback. If you listen to it, if you listen to it, you need our loyal subscribers will watch anything, and I don't mean it that way. I love my subscribers, but they are more inclined to say, you know what, I'll give Matt the benefit of the doubt and let him chat about his crazy weekend for a minute or two.
They like you, right? Like they are there.
That's what I mean. I don't feel like I can do whatever I want. I don't mean that. I just feel like, yes, they'll put up with you a little bit before you get to the review. But a first time person, if you want them to subscribe, might be like, well, what's the point? He waffles on for four hours before he talks about anything. What's the point?
Yeah, I remember one guy was like, ugly. What did he say? He said, ugly house, ugly watch, ugly guy. And I was thinking, like, like this guy's really just not a fan. Like, sorry, man. Like, if I could move and have this house, I would. Like, what makes you think I wouldn't?
Yeah. Oh, I know. And you have to take it with a thick skin on YouTube, because it's like anything. You put yourself out there, and like you said, you're not going to please everybody all the time. In fact, this video, whenever you put it out, there'll be a lot of people going, what is this? This is not a watch video.
Yeah, it's 2 hours of these guys just BSing.
Yeah. I think, and hey, man, when you watch it, maybe that, and you may never put it out, and that's okay. I would rather actually have a chat to you or anybody about stuff like this, record it just in case, and then go, you know what, it was cool, but it was 2 hours of absolutely nothing to do with watches. I'm not going to put it on my channel, because I've learned a lot from this, right?
Yeah,
so
I have too, man. And it would be rude. Actually, you know what? I will post it, because it would be selfish not to share this with.
Oh my God! Don't even worry. No, I'm not saying. Honestly, I swear to God, once it's in your hands, even if it never comes out, you save it for a rainy day or whatever you want to do. It's yours, man. It's not. Don't worry about it. I've not got so much of an ego that if I don't see myself on your YouTube channel.
No, I know. Yeah, the funny thing is we've been trying to collab for a while. We finally have done it. And all we'll have to do is maybe, another collab. I'll come on your channel and we'll actually talk watches.
Actually, now, you know what's interesting? I've done a collab with Russell. I've done a collab with, I keep saying Average Joe, even though I know what his name is. But I've done a collab. It's funny because I haven't reciprocated the favor yet. And I'll tell you why. Because they seem really good at, like, especially Russell is great at it, like having all the questions in the row, like knowing exactly what to ask the guests and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know if I know what to write down. Like, how do I even
look at us here, man.
No, I know. I got to return the favor. I really do. Cool. I think I've always been scared that if it's not just about watches, and do I know enough? Like, I don't want to come across as some phony, right? So it's like, do I know enough? Like. And so, but But ultimately, it isn't that. It's about having good content. I need to return the favor because, as well as anything, collaborations are great. Like I got 20, 30 subscribers from being on Russell's show.
Yeah.
You know,
Here's what it is, man. Here's
same from Average Joe's show.
I wouldn't even sweat it. Here's what I would say is viewers want real more than they want fake content. So
100%,
whether you have a script or a outline questions, like that's cool. But like these kind of conversations, these talks are, in my opinion, so much more valued. So
yeah,
like,
and you know, it's interesting you said that because one thing I've learned about doing this first subscriber SOTC with Mark.
Yeah.
I hopped on like this with him. We were on for 2 hours, and I had to stop. I it. I didn't finish his collection. I had to stop.
Yeah, it goes like that, man.
Yeah, Mark loved it. I loved it. And Mark's like, well, I've got another 10 watches. I've got 6 on the way. We could, and I'm like, yeah, we'll do it again because I've loved it. And then I had 4 half-hour videos of content. But I've noticed a lot of my subscribers are saying, dude, we love this. This is so real, and so we're learning so much from this, and it's so down to earth. And it's like, wow, is it? Maybe it's a lot easier than I thought it was. Like I'm trying to plan everything and write scripts and do all this stuff. And if I just hop on with an interesting guy that's got a great watch collection and we have a good, like just laid back rapport, that's a lot easier for me than planning a whole bunch of content. You know?
Well, there you go. Okay, it sounds like an invite to subscribers to reach out to Matt. Let's bombard him with content.
And actually, I suppose it's interesting because I just said I wouldn't know what to say if I got Russell on my channel or whatever. But it's interesting because I'm already doing it. I just did it with Mark Spector. I just did whole, you know, and
we're
really
gonna push you. You're like the baby bird. We're gonna push you out the nest.
I'm ready. I'll see if I fly. Yeah, I think I'm ready.
Yes,
I think I'm ready. What I think what I've learned is if you're interviewing somebody, all you gotta do is let them talk about their watch collection or their interests and just ask the right questions at the right times, and that's it. Right?
Well, and that's true if the person is outgoing. If you have an introvert, you gotta really work them. But yeah, I've had both experiences. You and we can just go off the cuff nonstop.
I didn't know we'd be here for almost 2 hours.
Yeah. So, but you'll get some of those like one answer type of people, and you're like, okay, so I got my work cut out for me because you can't just get so what do you think of it? That's all right. Anything else? Nope. Okay. But yeah, that's a whole other topic, right? But Matt, this has been awesome.
Yeah,
I figure
absolutely. Nothing what I thought we'd talk. Yeah, nothing I thought we'd talk about. But I think the importance of YouTube as well is totally important. So, well, you, sir, your wife's come home and she's probably waiting for you. I have to go up and make the bed and clean up before my wife comes home.
There you go.
And I actually have a shower because it's almost 5 and I haven't showered yet. I've been working all day on YouTube.
Nice.
So this was an absolute joy and a pleasure. So
thank you so much. Thanks for taking the time to come on.
Oh my God, man! Anytime. And even if this doesn't get up, we'll have to do it again when we've got time. You know, even if we just hop on for a chat and record it.
Absolutely. So thanks so much again. I'm just going to say again, plug your channel here. So Matt with Beer and Watches, I'm going to link him up here as well as in the description. So if you have not subscribed to his channel, Schwartz Force, send the love. You guys know what to do. Go bombard him with comments.
And right, I was going to say right back at you, but hang on, anybody watching this is on your channel anyway. They already know.
You never know.
Yeah, so no, it's just Beer and Watches on YouTube, and it's I always say watch news, watch reviews, and craft beer brews every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Emphasis on really microbrand watches and affordable watches. That's kind of where I'm rolling at the moment, and trying to find some. We've got some great watches coming in. I've got some great stuff coming up. I've worked super hard. I haven't got into it yet. I'm going to review it, but also I've worked hard on the collaboration, and I'm going to be giving people. I've got an opportunity to get possibly a few $100s off this watch.
Nice. Wow. Okay. So we'll be looking out for that for sure.
Yeah. So lots of cool. I'm working hard under the scenes for everybody out there, not for me, for you guys. And so, Yeah, so it's been a pleasure, man. Absolute pleasure. We'll chat again soon. Go look at it looks like you got to clean a lot of windows, so go buy some Windex. Everybody subscribe to David's channel because he needs Windex for all those windows.
Yeah, it's a hard life.
hard life, man.
Thanks again, and and as always, my Schwartz Force. May the Schwartz be with you, and I will see you guys at the next one. Take care.
Pleasure. See you soon, man.